Hello, motivational strategies and changing trends. Under this podcast series, this is next episode. I'm going to tell a story, more about the story at the end. If I tell it correctly, then you will understand it. Okay, so let's start. Wow, what a day! What a day! Even the sun is not set yet, but my cart is already sold. Everything has been sold. The full of pocket was giving me the tingling sensation. If I don't have to take care of the farm and animals, I would have stayed today and enjoy enjoying the tavern. But there was nothing else I could do. More funny thing was not only the cart items. At the end, what happened? One party came and they said their horse got disabled. So buy? Can they buy my horses? I had spare. But what about the cart? They understood it and they say, even we will take the cart. And sun was not even set. This never happened. Well, my place is almost 25 miles from here. And in between, there is a big jungle. So we have to take a round. Since I don't have cart, that means probably I have to go through the jungle in between. Sun was about to set, but I have to go by tomorrow morning. So there was no other way. I said, okay. I just checked my rod and I feel okay. I feel assured. Let's go. Left, right, vamsi, left, right. I started. I almost came to the point where the road will go around and I'll be entering into the jungle. Sun was about to set. Something caught my attention. Yes, there was one guy. He was standing there. Even from the distance, I saw his hats and his jumper suit was telling me he's like me. But I couldn't recollect I saw him before. I saw a little bit further and why he was standing. When I looked over, I saw his horse was in bad shape. The animal was down. That explained. I went further. He saw me and he said, okay, how do you do? We greeted each other. He told, my horse is down. I told, understand, but you are not going to get any ride now. You may have to walk. Speaking with him, I understood he's from the village next opposite side of me. After the jungle, I will go on the left and he will go on the right. So the jungle was what we have to pass through. We made sure that nothing else we could do now. So we decided let's walk. And sun was set and we were entering into the jungle. For some time, there was no talk. We both were silent. The statements began. He said, well, this jungle is deep. Don't you feel something? I told him, the king's men did great job. Earlier, there were lots of boars and would harass our fields, but they take care of all the boars, and along with them, all the coyotes, wolves, and bears also gone. So it is safe. After a pause, he continued. He said, "No, I'm not talking about the bears or wolves." Now I did not get his question. I told him, apart from that, it's a full moon night, so we should be able to see the road. That's what I said. The guy was not convinced. He continued. He said, I mean, I was talking about ghosts. Oh my God. It was cold. It was almost dark, but I still couldn't stop laughing. Ghost was not even on my list. I mean, not even list. I never thought about the ghost. I told him I never met any so far. He said, but they are there. You know how to find them? I moved my head negatively. Said, their legs are opposite. Like humans' legs are like this, ghost legs are like this. Without understanding, both of us looked at each other's legs. I knew my legs are fine. His legs looks good through the shoes. They were straight. The guy was not convinced. He kept on asking. I looked at him. First time, probably I was trying to observe him. He was almost a foot above me, that much tall, like a wrestler. His body was like a wrestler. But I saw all the sweat on his forehead. He was talking about the ghost and he was afraid of himself. I I was looking at his body. I felt like his chest is like like a bull rib cage, and but there was a bunny in between. Like his heart was thumping that way. I mean, I I was not in the ghost anytime. In my town, they used to do that, taking the ghost out or taking the demon out some point in time. They will, the local padre won't do it. They would call somebody from outside and they used to do that ceremony. But I was not in that, certainly anytime. It was interesting. He was talking and uh, the time was going. My more attention was on the both sides of the road because even though the jungle was safe, but occasional coyote wolf was possible. The animal was down there, so they were supposed to come after midnight, but it's possible they would come before. My eyes were there. I understood several things. Like the guy went on the pilgrimage here, there. He was in the voodoo and witch and all kind of things he used to do. But only thing was he was more afraid than, and he was getting angry that I'm not getting afraid of. That was the problem I saw because every time he will tell a ghost story, and he would look at me like with anticipation, and I would probably not even heard it, or I might not get afraid of. So that was his problem. Nevertheless, time went fast. We even wouldn't understand. We were walking for hours and it was about to midnight and we saw the jungle was over, getting over. We have just few furlongs and then jungle was over. And then there was the meadow. From the meadow, I will go this side, he will go that side. We entered the meadow and jungle was over. Wow. It was a big relief, even though jungle was safe, but still we felt much better when it was on the meadow. Meadow was much safer than the jungle. On the meadow, there was a big oak tree. The tree's trunk was so huge that you cannot see from this side to that side. We understood our legs are speaking to us. We were walking for hours. They need some rest. We decided let's take a break here on the under the oak tree, and then probably we'll move from here and he will move there. After the meadow, probably we'll back again. We rested. The guy just sat, he was rubbing his legs, and within few moments, he started snoring. He just put his head on the trunk and he slept. Oh my God. I just looked at him. Wow, such a great body, such a wrestler body. I was not feeling sleepy. I thought of having light. I took the light, but wind was blowing too fast. I went on the other side. Have it. Now tomorrow is the field day. I have to do these many things. I have to get new horses. Next market day will be next month, so I have to be prepared. I was lost for some time. I also just probably dozed. I don't remember, but I was awake. Scene change on the other side of the train. The guy who was snoring woke up. When he woke up, he saw both sides. What he saw? What he saw? There was nothing. How that's possible? Where did that guy go? He won't go back to the jungle. I don't see him on the meadow. He won't go without telling me. That means, that means, guy was giant, but his eyes were started popping out. His heart started thumping. A big scream tried to started from his lungs and was trying to go through his mouth, but couldn't pass through the throat barrier. Just silently, he woke up and started running. Only few furlongs he could run, and he collapsed. His heart simply gave in. He fallen down in the deep grass, never to wake up. Scene change. My light was over, and probably I had dozed for a little bit. I said, okay, let's go. I came on the other side of the tree. What I saw? What I saw? There was nothing. How that's possible? Such a big guy. He can't go back to the jungle. He would be so afraid. He is not in the meadow. I don't see him. He won't go without waking me up. How that happened? That means, that means, oh my God. Wind was blowing very fast. The moon was exactly on the top. I heard a distinct howl from the jungle. My eyes popping out. That means that was a big scream started through my lungs, but couldn't pass through the throat barrier. I simply got up, started running. I don't know where I was running, how I was running. I simply kept on running. I don't know where I was. When I collapsed, I heard there was dogs barking. That means probably I was near the city wall. To that point, probably I was just saying, go, go, go. That's the only sound was coming. People took me. I understood. People came and they carried me in. They were asking what happened. Nobody knows. Somebody called the doctor. Doctor came. He shook his head. He said, "Call Padre. I was in and out. I just heard the dispatcher has started from the outside. Probably Padre came." He shook his head and he said, "No doubt there is a ghost." And they started doing that demonizing things. I was just in and out, and probably I was just saying, "Gu, gu, gu." That's the only sound was coming through my throat. Next day, people went in the meadow and they saw probably the other guy. Entire surroundings understood there is a ghost on that oak tree, and it has already taken two victims. Several voodoo doctors, witch doctors, padres started going to that oak tree and try to seduce that ghost. But the ghost become more powerful and powerful. Generations went, people used to tell those ghost stories. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story, Birth of a Ghost. I hope you liked it. Thank you. Okay, so this story is from an author, and it is in my native language. As said, like I converted the entire scene into different form in my words. The original story has the theme and the birth of a ghost, how the ghost borns or takes birth. So it was a very wonderful story, and I hope you liked it. Uh, the original author is D.M. Mirasta, and it was from my native language, and I converted into a different form. So I hope you liked it. Thank you very much.